Detroit, live from Detroit.
Yo, what up, though? It's your man Jay Johnson, aka the tinfoil hat titan, aka the conspiracy realist, aka the technology snob, Steve Jobs Jr. Don't text me with your green bubbles, aka I only debate my equals, everybody else I teach. Also known as Juice, because all the hoes say J.U. Ice, Young Caesar, because you know you can't roam without me. Mister, if you don't like me, fight me. I got kicked out of Noah's Ark because they couldn't find another animal just like me, aka the West Side T'Challa, the new leader of Wakanda. Don't debate me, debate your mama. I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. What up?
What up, Don? It's your man Dame Gone Wild, the West Side landlord, the pride of PA. High Chief Dame Don't Fuck Around, the liquor store legend, the corner store conquistador, your mama's favorite dame, and the David Ruffin of the Shop Talk Podcast, because you know who the fuck they came to see. Not you, Otis. It's no better than these four letters. Thank God for Dame. And if you're speaking on Dame, you better say it nice. And if you don't put the boss in front, then bitch, you're not saying it right. It's the Honorable Judge Boss Dame and this bitch. All rise. I have to change it up. I've sent my third fucking child to prom tonight. I am a grown ass man. I am your daddy. Yo, daddy. Boss Dame, bitch. Let's go.
Welcome back. Shop Talk Podcast, episode 476.
On you hoes.
Yeah, man. We back up in this thing.
Jay Johnson, when we started this thing, my children were young.
Man.
They were all young. You have taken prime pictures for 3 of my kids.
Man.
My third one will graduate high school in a week. Nigga, I am a real father.
My nigga, I didn't realize in 2 weeks, 9-year anniversary.
Crazy.
June 15th.
Because we just been living life.
Yeah, 9 years, my nigga. I'll say that for 2 weeks from now. So we don't hash the same things out. But it hit me this week like, oh shit, it's 9 years. Mid-June. That's 2 weeks. Today, May 30th. Shit
My
crazy,
nigga.
man.
My nigga.
Crazy as fuck.
You know, I'm going to be with you on this one. I ain't going to tap dance on it too tough. But when I think about everything we have seen, done, conquered, failed at, challenged with in 9 years.
It's a lot. Yeah.
It's what a world.
Yeah.
What a fucking world.
So you kind of alluded to it, but how was your week, my brother?
And man, I didn't know what this week was going to lead to. I've told you personally, you know, me and my middle son, we ain't been seeing eye to eye for the last couple months. So I didn't know what I was going to get when I walked into his mother's house with Prime this evening. Up until like 2 days ago, nigga didn't even want to wear a suit to Prime, and he wasn't wearing a suit. And I just kind of washed my hands of it, and I said, you know what? I was 17 once. Couldn't nobody tell me a motherfucking thing.
So
this is my child.
So you figure that's how the world goes. So fuck it, I did it, so let them do it too.
No, I'm just saying, like, I got bigger fish to fry. Like, why am I already went to my prom, and I was fresh in the motherfucker 2 times. Because I went to my prom, and I went to his mama prom. So, like, I ain't got shit I got to live up to. I got my pictures. I got my experience. This shit about him. Do what the fuck you gonna do? So, up until this week, up until Wednesday, he had an outfit that he said he was gonna wear. I wasn't really a fan of it, but, you know, I don't give a fuck. I went to my prom already. His mother called me on Wednesday talking about they at the suit store. And I said, I'm thinking she there with her husband. I said, I don't give a fuck about that fat ass nigga buying a suit. That's what I first said. And then she was like, no, dummy. Like, our son is getting a suit.
Now, why are you this way, my nigga?
I don't know. Because you know what? And it always makes me seem like I'm the bully because you meet these other people. Like, you've met these people
They're
And they're
nice
always,
people.
huh?
They're nice people.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like everybody's always so nice, so it always makes it look like I'm the bully in every situation when I'm
That's
really a victim.
no, he's a upstanding gentleman. You feel me? Like I haven't seen him do anything wrong. Last, I don't know. When did your oldest son graduate?
Shit, nigga, about 5 years ago now.
Yeah, I about to say in 5 years, the nigga seemed cool to me. Like he seemed like a cool
And
motherfucker.
the crazy thing is like the nigga ain't never really did outwardly shit. All he did was love my ex-wife, and she just happened to come with 3 kids and my crazy ass in the background.
Yeah.
He ain't even the times when I have been like, so this is probably gonna sound bad. Even the times where I've been the aggressor in the situation, he's always taking the high road with me. So I got
I'm gonna kill my new wife, children's father. I can't. What I'm gonna do? I lose. You know what I'm saying?
so I can't even talk no shit. So
Yeah.
they was at the store getting a suit, and I'm like, for who? Like, I don't care about your husband getting no suit. She was like, no, our son, his name is Aiden, decided to wear a suit. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. Then she sent me a picture of him in some salmon suit. And I was like, nah, he ain't gonna rock with that. But shit, sure as shit.
Sharp.
Salmon colored.
Sharp.
Yeah, was 3-piece, was fresher than a bitch.
Nips
Now,
and
Jay,
braids. You feel me?
I hit this nigga. This the funny thing, because I know he was still pissy at me. I hit him up on Monday talking about, hey, I know you're gonna get your hair braided. I think you should get a lineup so you look kind of crispy with them braids. And he was like, nah, I don't want no lineup. I said, cool, fuck it. His mama called me yesterday. She was like, you know what would really be nice? If he could get a lineup and look crispy with them braids. I said, God damn it. So shout out to our barber Tone, because I definitely got on my nigga network. Tone was able to get him in yesterday afternoon. My daughter took him there late. We almost missed the appointment. She was so late because Tone only got a 15-minute window for grace. But she got him there. He got his line up, got his hair braided this morning. Looking like new money.
Man,
Looking like cash money.
your son's it's pretty interesting, dog. He's a pretty interesting guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like him. He's a pretty interesting guy. However, your youngest son, he's the star. Like, he's such a good kid, and he's really, really smart. Like, he's really smart. He's really intelligent. He's really intuitive. He knows what be going on. He's a good kid, man. Like, for real, for real.
Thanks, man. You know what? I don't want to give them no credit, but like it's their mamas. You know what I'm saying?
I can definitely tell us their mamas with this last one. he is the exact opposite. He is such a nice kid. That's crazy.
They are nice.
You know what he told me to do? He said, Jason. He said, Jason, can I have a hug? I like giving people hugs. I said, sure, man. Like, I like, would you like to take a picture too? You know what I'm saying? Because like, how could I turn that down? I'm like, sure.
He's so nice, is so well mannered. Like if you know me and then you know my kids, it's just like they are as much as I want one of them to be like. Now my middle son, he a little push roll glass full. He got it.
You told him to do something, or like he was like, well, he said, I'll give it a try. But like he was like, he like, I mean, I'm not committing to it, but like, I mean, I'll give it a try. You feel me?
They are them kids. Like my middle son is the one that's most like me, but them kids, they so good and well mannered. And like just good people. And I know a lot of that just come from mama. You know what I'm saying? Because like it takes me a lot of effort to be a good person because I wake up in the morning and I want to be despicable every day. Yeah, it takes a lot of effort to be a good person.
Man, I pray that whatever that's hard in your heart, God loosens up those grips. You know what I'm saying? And Life is better on the other side.
Because I've never been loved properly. That's what it is. Nobody has ever loved me properly.
I don't know if that's the case. I don't know that you've accepted the love that you received. You feel me? I'm sure your mother loved you properly. I'm sure your father loved you
Yeah,
properly.
I'm just saying outside of that.
I'm sure
I've been,
your ex-wife she was attempting to love you properly, but you were coming of age during that time frame. So you may not have accepted it. You know what I'm saying? So it's timing. You know, I've definitely been with great women who I didn't understand their greatness until it was
much later.
I was past that because I wasn't ready to receive it. You know what I'm saying? Or, so, it is what it is sometimes.
But I appreciate you coming through, taking the pics. And it was a good time, man. He off on a princess right now, enjoying his prom. I'm glad that he decided to do it because like a week ago he was like, nah, I ain't fucking with it. And I'm glad that he turned it around. I don't know what popped off in his head to make him finally relent on the suit. I don't know what made the nigga go with salmon suit because that is so far off of his normal personality wave, but
Work for him.
it did.
I was trying to think, I had a girlfriend in high school. We went to prom together. I didn't have this grandiose feeling about prom though. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't. I mean, there was a prom send off. You know, we took pictures at my parents' crib. We went to her house, took pictures there, and then we went, and that's where we left from. Matter of fact, the car came and picked me up, and then the car took me. I mean, she stayed around the corner. You feel me? So, yeah, I was on Joe Road. She was on Tireman. But like, I don't even remember prom. I'll be perfect. I remember two memories from like the send off shit. I remember like walking into the building and leaving the building and going to dinner afterwards.
So I do have a few memories of prom. Now, the one thing I do look back on and think it wasn't a big grandiose experience because I've been such a terrible child in high school. My mom told me in January, she's like, me and your dad aren't helping you with nothing for prom. Not shit. She like, if you buy a suit or anything else, it's going to be because you did it with your own money. But like, you've been like, I remember her having that conversation with me. Like, you've been so terrible. Me and your father aren't helping you with prom. So I didn't have
no money. I mean, I had a job, but I had no fucking money. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't had no,
since I was on
no real paper.
Since I was on the track team, my track coach had a hookup with the rental place in Livonia over by Wonderland. I forget what it was called.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so got that shit hooked up or whatever. I don't even know how much that was, if they charged us for it or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's a perk of being an athlete. You feel me?
Look, at the time I was working in the mall. I was working in the 1 hour photo booth. So I knew everybody in the mall was like my people.
Yeah.
So like there was a men's clothing store in the mall. And I walked down there, found me a suit. He fitted me for the suit, I put the suit on layaway because I didn't have no bread. So I got the suit and the shoes out on layaway. I got my own room because I had a credit card at 17. So getting a room was no problem. Took care of that.
That's crazy.
I don't know why. I know my parents gave me a credit card to help me establish credit, but the only thing I was doing was booking hotel rooms.
So listen, I did a prom send off last Friday before we did the pod. I did one on Wednesday, I did one on Thursday, and I did one tonight. So 4 in a 7-day period, is a lot, and I've been noticing things have changed. And we are okay with the debauchery of the children. Like back in the day, it was like an older sister or some sort of auntie cousin that kind of slipped in and got a room on the low, or a friend of a friend. Now the parents are just booking rooms for kids. This is dangerous. Not just for fucking, right? Because kids gonna do that, but you are still promoting it. Like, yeah, go get a room, whatever. I don't get it. I get it, but I don't get it. But like so much shit goes on. Taking pictures with bottles of liquor and champagne, and you got cars, you got drugs, and we got weed, we got edibles. Like it's just a lot. Then last night, somebody shot up the prom at Martin Luther the King Jr. High School. Prom gets shot up. The prom line. We never even started prom yet. We just getting out the car,
taking pics. Yeah, just taking pics.
And somebody let off shooting 20 rounds. The prom's over, my nigga. No one had a good night. That's insane. So with all the backdrop, I mean, it's Detroit, unfortunately. But with all that backdrop, I would be so uncomfortable with not seeing my child come home that night. Cause like I don't know what you're doing.
All my kids came home prom night. Now they came home, varying times, but they all came home, thankfully. And I got to pick my son up this evening, so I know he coming home.
Yeah. It's just wow. I don't have children. Terrified of the world around any child that I have in the future. I'm terrified of what the rest of the world be. I'm gonna do my due diligence as a parent. You feel me? And learn from those who have come before me. But so like last week when was that last week? We had DTM on here last week, or was that the week before?
You said who?
Coach. We had him on here last week.
That was week before.
Week before. We was talking about parenting and stuff like that. What I've noticed is that when someone lacked something in their youth or was abused or something traumatic happened in the youth, when they become a parent, they overcorrect for that thing. They don't address the thing. They overcorrect for it. Oh, I couldn't do nothing, so I'm letting my child do whatever the fuck they want. Or my child, when I was a kid, I used to do whatever the fuck I want, so I'm never letting them do nothing. It's never just let me be mindful of it so I can, avoid some pitfalls. It's always this giant overcorrection.
So I know for me, the big thing was I had a lot of freedom, and not that I deserved it, because like I was, I joke about it, but like I've been bad a long time. So I had a lot of freedom that I really didn't deserve. And I know what type of shit that I got into because I had so much freedom. So I've always tried to give them, enough freedom for them to go out, have friends, and enjoy themselves. But I also was not, I tried not to be naive to the world and the shit that's going on too. You got to find a balance somewhere in there.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. If I ever slip up, or if God ever bless me with a child, I know I'm going to do my level best. You feel me? To perfect this parenting shit. Will it be easy? Most difficult thing I'll probably ever do in life. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen greatly. Bigly. Yeah, man, it's been wow. I can't believe niggas shot up a prom. That's crazy.
Hey, man,
whose child is this? Like, whose child is this that your child went to shoot up a high school prom?
Like, I wonder if it was some nigga that's not graduating. You know what I'm saying? Some nigga that not going to prom decided, I'm gonna be a hater and shoot this bitch up.
Thankfully, no one was harmed and no one was injured. Because if somebody would have lost their life at prom over
that's a terrible memory to have.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's so interesting is somebody could have got shot, and this not the type of mass shooting that gets reported on the news. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is different. This some nigga shit.
Yeah. You know what? When we was talking earlier, I do have a few memories of prom. Beyond, the pageantry of getting, it wasn't no big send off. I took pictures at my house. We drove to her house. I took a couple pictures. Then we went to prom.
Normal shit, like adult, like normal human beings.
And then we went to prom. I don't remember there being there a long ass time, but I do remember there were two songs back to back that we danced to. Tyrese, lately, and Jesse Powell, you. And like I was feeling the magic so much, like I love her so much. Just I had that magical moment, like kissing her during the song, and it just felt like it was just me and her in the room, and we got that little picture, a night to remember, and some other bullshit, and then we was out that bitch.
Man, I wish I could remember my prime. Like I don't remember that. Not I'm not when I say I don't remember, it's not because these things didn't happen. I don't remember. Like I don't remember dancing with my girlfriend. Like I don't remember if we ate food. Like I just don't remember. My memories come from pictures I see on Facebook. I'm like, oh shit, I do remember what was going on around this particular time. I was so unconscious until I'm like somewhere in my 20s, dog. Like I'm just waking up, moving throughout life, not even like I just was not conscious. Like, and that's why I think unless there was some extremely happy shit or some fucked up shit we was doing in some childhood or some trauma, like I don't remember that shit.
No,
and it's unfortunate. Like I just don't remember.
Some shit that I think about in my life is a blur. I don't want to say prom was one of those things, but like it's definitely some years in there that's like cloudy. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't remember that shit. But
like people be talking about senior pinning and shit like that. When I don't know what that is initially, but then it was like, nah, we got our pins at our senior luncheon, and I have a picture from the senior luncheon. Matter of fact, I rapped me, Pete, the intro song. Me, Pete, Dante, we rapped at our senior luncheon. You know what I'm saying? We had like a performance. Like they let us on stage, microphones, the whole 9 yards and shit. And that shit was dope.
And y'all dressed up real nice.
For sure.
Talking about guns and bitches.
At that time, we wasn't at that time. I forget I have no idea what we rapped. Cause like what song I would have been on. I don't know. But all three of us, we definitely performed, and like people liked it. And when the teachers gave me high fives when we back on the school on Monday and shit, you feel me? I remember that.
I performed at our senior talent show. Me, Fat Ray, and a couple other niggas that we used to rap with. But I remember we had like an Apollo show, and I got kicked off because they wouldn't let me perform with them niggas because my idea was a song, Tear the Club Up was a thing. And my idea was a song called Tear the School Up. And when they heard that beat coming in and me like getting warmed up, they was like, oh nah, and we gonna kick you off the show because we don't want no chance of you even trying to do this shit.
Yeah.
That's the type of high school career I had. And one thing that I do want to bring up while I have you here in the audience is that one of my old barbers was at my son's prom send-off. And he confirmed that I had long hair and waves. He confirmed it.
Damn, I've never seen you.
That man that cut my hair confirmed it to you, Jason.
Well, a nigga say a lot of things, and lies don't care who tell them. I got pictures and never seen a picture. Never, nigga looked at his phone, never brought a phone out. I'm not. So Dame children make fun of him for having a bald head. I don't take it personal because I'm standing right next to them with a bald head. But my bald head look different than Dame's bald head because I'm not their parent. You feel me? So while they getting all their jokes off and shit, one of them asked me, like, what happened with your hair? I'm like, I cut my shit off on purpose. Like, you cut it off on purpose? Because your son is very nice. He's a nice human being. You feel me? So we having a whole conversation.
He was probably concerned about you.
And I'm explaining to him, like, well, your dad, I ain't never seen this nigga with anything but besides a low Caesar. Like every single picture I've never seen you with like an afro, curly hair, braids, nothing. Just a low Caesar. Like you've looked the same to me my whole life. You feel me? Like I don't remember you with anything. And you said you had braids when you was in high school, when you was a senior, but like I wasn't that cast no more.
Yeah, you was gone.
So like it was just a low Caesar. Afterwards, when we was working together, just a low Caesar, my nigga. Like maybe a little bit darker, every other week you get a haircut type shit, but like just a regular.
I mean, that's been my look for a while. Been my look for a while.
Like not a wave, Not enough than just a low Caesar, nigga. like
But
a Mexican, like
he
a
confirmed I
Latino.
had waves, but like looking at my children's hair as compared to mine, it'd be hard for a nigga to believe that like I had hair like that at one point.
Man, all these kids have a different kind of curly hair. Like, did you put the packet in? Because they out there, they zooming. All of them.
My oldest son, his waves and his facial hair, I don't even know what part of the family he got that from. My daughter, she a girl, she ain't always had long hair. My middle son, I didn't think that nigga could braid that hair up, but he was out there braided up, that shit slicked back. I'm like, who is this guy? And then you see the other two, like,
hey man.
They got all my best genes. They got all the best.
Yeah.
And then you saw how light skinned we really are.
Man, you niggas passed out all the cream cheese, like all the what American cheese, yellow, whatever that yellow shit is, nigga. Y'all was passing that shit out. You got only 1.5 of your children are celebrating on Juneteenth.
When you see like us, my ex-wife's side of the family and my kids, like you see that like we are the lightest niggas in captivity.
And it just goes to my theory that you may not actually be black. That's why it explains why you grew up in a gated community, went to a Catholic school, private school. Like I understand it makes sense. Me and AJ didn't put the thing together. We got it down. We understand. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole documentary.
I bet you niggas do.
We got a whole documentary coming. And guess who is going to be a really good interview on that documentary? Watch. Damon Bradley. This is your life. I gave your son a nickname too, by the way. I told him his name is CB. And he explained that what his nickname is and what his mom said she was going to call him when he get older. I'm like, well, I'm calling you this shit right now because it sounds cooler. You is CB for the rest. Okay.
Work for him. Yeah, work for him.
That's how nicknames start. But this when I realized the kid was smart. When he's watching the Transformers, he was like, no, that's not real. I understand that these are just paid actors. All right. He's been here before. Because what?
Hey man, he'll talk your face off. That's my guy though. That's my guy. He'll talk your face off. Yo, I do also want to shout out to the homie Wheezy because I saw that he sent his baby girl off to prom yesterday too. He said he didn't cry during the prom send off, but he said graduation, them tears gonna come on down.
Man, it's so interesting, man, seeing all my friends sending babies off to college and sending the babies off to prom. One of the homies, one of the two twins, they doing the prom. We got helicopters out there. I'm like, my nigga, it's a lot. But you love your son. You feel me? But you got your son in a helicopter, my nigga. That's
I understand the expense. They only get to go to prom once. You want to give them an experience.
Now listen.
But I can't tell people how to spend their money. If that work for you, it'll work for you.
I cannot. And this is a pause, break, ... period under new paragraph. Some of these parents are going all out because this is it for your kid. This is the pinnacle. This and the baby shower that's gonna come within 1.5 to 2 years is it. It's all the pageantry. This is it for some. And it's not the child's fault, but this is it. And that's why I think everything goes into it. A lot of people peaked in high school. I did not peak in high school. I was moderately fresh. You feel me? Like I was very popular gentleman, played sports, gold chains, had a nice looking girlfriend that niggas wanted. You feel me? Sports guy, top at the, like I was moderately, not the coolest nigga in the world, but I always been, you feel me? I didn't peak though.
Yeah.
I didn't peak. You feel me? I don't know if I peaked in life yet, to be perfectly honest with you. But some of it is this is it. You know what I'm saying? The last time that you was gonna be the freshest you was gonna be is because mom and dad were sponsoring your life. Or mom and boyfriend, or mom and air quotations, uncles have been sponsoring your life. So, hey man, you know it is what it is.
Hey man, it's funny that you mentioned that peak in high school shit. Because shout out to Verge and Curve, the co-op. We got out there and did some walking this week,
You
and
niggas
like
still didn't invite me after I told you niggas to invite me. But I want you guys to know right now, I don't want to come. I'm not in. I don't beg for invites. Fuck you
we've
guys
only
and your
been
little
walking.
crew.
We've only
Your
been
little
walking
crew
twice.
is on the hit list. I know I'm fucking with you.
We've only been walking twice, but you can. We would like for you to come because it's a good time. So anyway, walking and talking with them niggas, we was talking about like niggas that like peaked, and I've talked about it on the show before that I got a homie like his basketball career really peaked in high school. I don't even want to say it peaked in high school, but that was like the pinnacle of it because he ended up
That
playing,
means peaked.
huh?
That means peaked.
Well, I don't want to say that's the peak because he did end up playing some college ball, and he had a 10-day contract with the Grizzlies back when they was in Vancouver. Now, nothing ever popped from it. He just, had a 10-day contract, and that was it. Played in the CBA for a second. Then, how niggas be with basketball. They had a real bad injury, blew that knee out. Now he a district manager at the bank. And it's my nigga, and I love him. And I've talked about this on Shop Talk. I've talked about this to his face, and he knows that I laugh about this and we joke about it. But like, my nigga, you peaked, really. That when you dropped, when you played and you dropped, 30 on Murray Wright, like that was the good old days. And he be still trying to, get out there with the ball and nigga, remember I dropped 30 on Robert Trainer? And it's cool to reminisce sometimes, but like my nigga, it's over with. It's over with.
You know the thing about the old days?
That
Them
old
the old
days.
days. You feel me?
Bodie, come here.
Like them the old days. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't even attempt to do it no more. Not because I can or can't. You feel me? I mean, hooped in leagues and everything. I mean, that just part of my life is over. My athletic abilities are me going out and running 5Ks and 10Ks and just being physically active, but not me attempting to prove to somebody half my age that I quote unquote still got it and trying to do too much and then fuck yourself up. And you probably fuck yourself up not because you quote unquote old, because you're doing too much, my nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're trying to do the sweetest move, like just nigga, what rather the straight line, my nigga.
I went out and had cigars with a homeboy of mine probably about a month ago, and I noticed he had like a noticeable limp to him. And I was like, what's up? He was like, nigga, I blew my knee out 3 years ago, and it just never got right. And he was like, because I was out there hooping with some young niggas from my job.
Yeah, nah. I just talk shit to the niggas at the job who like, you come on to LA Fitness. First and foremost, you're a loser. I'm not going to LA Fitness to hoop. That's not a thing for me. I feel like before we started podcasting, by the way, so 9 years ago, me and my core group of friends, we would go to the gym 5 times a week. I was also before I was living with this woman. You feel me? And prior to that, we would also go play golf every Friday. They still play golf every Friday. Niggas are way better than golf because over the last 9 years, they've played every Friday during the summertime, and I have not. But like that shit, like I just don't do that shit no more. But we was in the gym 4 and 5 times a week, right? I would just look at the LA Fitness hoop niggas like, boy, could y'all give it up? Because y'all not going, y'all are not in the league.
No, man.
Now
They can't give it up. The love of the game too deep in them.
Now the same thing. We used to hoop. I forget the name of the company, but I played organized softball as an adult. You know what I'm saying? Go play Detroit or go run Detroit. I forget whatever the name of the joint was, but we hooped in leagues. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to like the hoop run at LA Fitness. Like we gonna hoop in a league or some shit like that. But like I'm just not. I don't want to do it.
Look, my niggas still 40 and up playing in the plant league. And I know a couple niggas that play 37U football. I know a couple of you niggas.
Niggas be taking their girls and shit to the plant league and shit. Like, nigga, she loves you. Cause if she's at the plant league game with you, nigga, she's in love with you. But I promise you, she don't give a fuck about this shit, dog. I promise she not on no. Yeah, nigga, Tyrone can hoop. She not bragging to you.
She is only there because you are the love of her life.
Big fan.
That is plain and simple. She loves you so much.
She thinks you are the love of her life. Because you're not gonna be, because you're delusional, my nigga. Because you got your girl at Joe Dumars sitting like, no, stop it. Get help. Whatever that Michael Jordan meme says.
And she gonna ride with you back home when you don't want to talk because you had a bad game at Joe D.
This shit is funny.
You gonna be expecting her to prop you up because you was 6 for 13 at Joe D.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Listen, man, I don't live in the city of Detroit any longer. For the last 5 years, 4.5, but I'm gonna say 5 years. But I am still concerned about everything that happens in the city of Detroit because it's a 4 to 5 minute drive, and I'm back in that motherfucker.
Yeah, for real.
Quite literally 4 minutes, and I'm right back in the D.
Yeah, for real.
So I put it in the group chat just a few moments ago. So if you haven't seen it already, I know you haven't watched it yet, but there was a mayoral debate, and I'm probably about 37, a little bit under 40 minutes in. And I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting worse than what I watched. I'll say that. I was expecting worse than what I watched, but I'm
sure what you watched ain't good though.
It's not bad. Okay. I'll say this. After watching this, I think Fred Durrell.
I like Durrell. I like Fred Durrell.
Fred and Mary, really good showing in themselves so far. Really good. Like more so than I was expecting. My question was, I fuck with Mary. She's in the community. She's always been like down. I'm just was like, I don't know because I don't know the answer. Like how that looks like in that top spot. Very good showing of herself. You feel me? I can't wait to watch the rest of it. Everybody else up there, they straight, you know what I'm saying? But like them two so far, I haven't watched the whole thing. They stood out to me and they made like a very good representations of themselves. So I hope, people in the city, I haven't seen this shit nowhere. I hadn't seen none of these Detroit pages, none of them crime in the D page, none of them.
Because they're not worried about that type of shit.
Like, where is this at? Where's the conversation about it? I haven't seen it on the news. I found it on the YouTube.
I really haven't really kind of seen them like in any platforms talking either. Now, Fred Durrell or Durrell, I don't know how you pronounce his last name, but I've seen him out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like opening day for the Tigers. I know he was outside. I've seen him certain places in the community. Mary Sheffield's office is over off 6 Mile, not too far from my house. So I've seen her like have rallies at the office. I see them setting up stuff. So I mean, I've seen her active. I'm really surprised.
I seen Killlock going door to door. Silence. It was on one of these pages. It might have been, I forget which page it was, but I seen him going door to door.
I saw him on the bus too, because he said the D-Dot is going to be like.
He looked uncomfortable. He looked like I shouldn't be out here going door to door. Shout out to him, but like
he said the D-Dot was going to be one of his priorities if he get elected.
I'm not mad at that though, because we need public transit. It's hard to live out here.
Dependable public transportation.
Big facts.
Because the bus has always been around, but like anybody who ridden a bus in Detroit know that bus schedule don't mean shit.
Well, the bus time, it's not this. I don't know. I haven't looked at a bus schedule in forever. But every time I look into different things, it's that like we keep cutting routes because ain't nobody there. So it's like if only 14 people on this whole route, those 14 people really need to get to work, right? But we can't We not running this
You
route.
can't justify.
Right. So when that route comes down, we hear a bunch of people like, listen, we can't, this is where I get to work. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta go another bus route, I gotta wake up extra 2 hours early. Or this don't run from here to here. So like granted 25 years ago, took the best bus regularly. It's dependable. My uncle, two of my uncles, one was a bus driver, retired from that, and the other one was a mechanic for DOT. So he fixed the buses. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's dependable. Like, it gets you from point A to point L because it's a whole bunch in there. But like, if niggas got on the bus, it'd be a lot cheaper than Uber.
Okay.
A lot cheaper than Uber. Get your ass on a fucking bus.
It is.
You treat public transportation in Detroit like, look at you, you scum, you low to earth. How dare you be on the bus? You go to Chicago, you get your ass on the L. You go to New York, you get your ass on the motherfucking subway. Fam, they both public transportation.
Nigga, take that red line in Chicago like, nigga, I ride the red line in Chicago like it ain't shit. Like, that's how I get around.
I don't understand the mentality. You're like, nigga, get on the fucking bus.
When we would go to Chicago damn near every year with my homeboy Alvin, and like as soon as we get there, that nigga would take us to the train station. We buy enough passes to get us through for the weekend, and he'd be like, "This how we going." When we would go out, we would all get on the train, or we would all pony up for a cab. But like for the most 90% of the time, when we was out in the city, we on the train.
I don't get it. But shout out to him if he want to make that a thing. More power to him. I think that's a good thing. People need
I really
to
thought the Q line would be more of a thing, or people would accept that a little bit more. And none
it's
like
just
Detroit
downtown shit though.
Yeah. It's almost like I thought the Q line would be better accepted because it has the capability to go past downtown, but it's really like damn near like another people mover.
Yeah, at least the people mover free now.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay. Bitch used to be 75 cents, which still ain't shit.
Coins.
Yeah.
You gotta exchange them damn coins. Yeah, but they made the paper mover free. Cause like if you live downtown, you need that fucking people mover. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
That's you need that motherfucker just to get from point A to point B. And like I'll do it. Shit.
I remember vividly riding a people mover as a child. When I was in high school and riding a bus, like we get on a people mover to go to certain spots.
Man, there are times in my life I say, man, I'll sell this fucking house and just go get a loft downtown and chill. I really think about that sometimes. Like, just I've always wanted to live in like, you know, that exposed brick looking wall. But like in my brain with a minimalist look, not a lot of like I just always looked at like that since I was a kid. I think I initially saw it like on some European style homes. I've always like loved that. I don't know. I always loved that. And like just that big open space and bricks and like hardwood floors. And
I had a partner of mine that lived in the Millender building back in the day. And like he had an apartment like that, bricked out. It was loft style, but I remember like we just pull up into the basement of the building, ride the elevator up to the 13th floor. He had his spot, and it was like a player spot. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, you know, he ain't had no family or nothing at the time. It was definitely like some play shit. But I always wanted to live downtown. I always thought like that would be part of the story. It just never. I mean, who knows what still may happen? I'm still, I'm trying to squeeze another 40 to 50 years out this body. So who knows? I could have a spot downtown, before this is all said and done with.
Next studio probably gonna be a loft somewhere. You know, I mean, I'll just be down there moving and shaking through the, you know what I'm saying, through the people movers and everything like that. So, yeah, man, I encourage if you from the city of Detroit, or the surrounding areas, or you just are very interested in what's going on in Detroit politics, that you actually listen and watch those debates. And these not the debates that was held by like Channel 7 or some shit like that. Like even though Devin Skillian was there, but like this is when you find out who these people are, what their platforms are going to be, And do you believe what they saying sounds like some shit they can actually do? Because some people are like, I could tell when you overqualified. I mean, you underqualified for a position. I can tell when you just. I mean, I go in meetings when I can just say some shit that sounds good to appease everybody. I ain't really said shit. Yeah. So it was like, oh yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying, but we're gonna take a deep dive into this. Once we understand what the numbers and the metrics are truly saying, then we can disseminate this information. Like I just keep saying some fucking words over and over again. They be like, yeah, let's circle back.
Giving it a high level overview.
Yeah, I just want to give you guys, I'm not going to get into details. I'm just going to give you guys a high level overview, outline of what I'm going to do. Then we'll go over this information. Then we'll break out, maybe we'll do some breakout sessions, brainstorm, share.
And how that meeting is going to end is with another meeting in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Then we can reconvene.
Everybody has their takeaways. Okay, great. So you in 2 weeks.
You know what? That's a really good question. Let me put that in the parking lot. I'll find out and I'll come back to you.
Nigga, my favorite thing to do in a meeting when I don't know the information is like, I act like I'm writing this shit down. It's like, I'm going to get back to you by the next team meeting. Next team meeting come around, don't nobody remember shit. And I ain't wrote shit down.
Yeah, man. But so you know when a motherfucker talking. Yes. But like they asked us, it's five. It was 1, 2, 3. It's 5 of them. They asked the question. Everybody answers the same question, right? So by the time you get to the fourth person, they're like everybody else just said, because we about to give the same answer. So
no, but I'm really interested in this race. I thought Mary Sheffield would take it hands down, or had the capability just to really sweep the race, even though we've never had a black female president here in Detroit. But we got some interesting names.
Mayor?
I like Darrell. I like Todd Perkins. And I think Solomon Kinlock is just a really interesting candidate. I just don't know enough about, him and what he's trying to do yet. That's the only thing. That's the dark horse part of it. Because, like,
he was on some people shit. We just need the people. Make sure that the right people are at the table. I don't like all that seat at the table talk shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Pastor, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Like, in theory, I'm not opposed to having a seat at the table. Sure. But I don't like all that table talk. Matter of fact, nigga, dislike spades. Nigga, no table talk.
Yeah.
4 books. Table talk, 4 books. I don't want to hear no talking about motherfuckers sitting down on a goddamn table. We gotta have the right people in the room. That shit that I say to bullshit my way through a fucking meeting. Yeah, gotta have the right people at the table and whatever, my nigga. What are you trying to say? What are you telling me?
I mean, for real, do we need the right people at the table? Absolutely. But what does that look like realistically to me? Like, don't say it because it's cliche. Like, show me what it looks like, and show me how it's going to help me.
But also
show me how it's going to help my Detroit.
If me and you and say a third, all right, here's a perfect example. Powerful content company. It's like 5 of us, right?
Right.
And we about to roll out the next podcast summit or whatever the case we're going to do. And then somebody be like, yo, we got to make sure we got the right people inside of those rooms, our room, to make sure that we represent. Nigga, no the fuck we don't. Because only the 5 of us making these decisions. What you mean you got to make sure somebody at the table? Nigga, this is my shit.
We have who we want to at the table.
No, you can make your own table and then like put in some input.
No, better yet, make your own motherfucking event and you can invite who you want to and make your shit how you want to have it. But when it's me, Jay, the twins, Marcus, when it's our shit, we gonna do it our way.
Now, it's not lost on me that a room of 12 white men should not sit down and discuss the African American literature curriculum for inner city. Like, because what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? But that's why sometimes the seat at the table conversation be getting a little choppy, because like, what are you actually trying to tell me? Are you trying to say that the people who made this decision intentionally did harm to us, and by putting a black person or another person there, you think that harm is going to stop? Because I want you to be frank with me. I prefer you to be clear with me versus you try to be friendly to me. I want clarity. I don't want friendliness, right?
Yeah.
We can always make up later, but I want you to be honest with me. If you tell me, I think that this such and such is culturally biased, I think this shit is racist, I think this is whatever the case may be, don't beat around the bush and just say you need different people at the table. Say what it is. Say what you're feeling, because if you feel it, maybe other people feel it. But this
Other
whole
people
vagueness
definitely
of make sure they at the table. All right. Black Lives Matter too, nigga. I don't know they do. You know what I'm saying? They actually do. But like, all right.
It's just how you put it. Just the delivery in that whole statement. But I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Hey man, just get out there and vote in Detroit.
Yeah.
This mayoral election is gonna be really important. Just get out there and vote.
Yeah, it's gonna be I'm just interested to see what the city gonna do, man. I think Duggan did a really good job, you know what I'm saying, getting the city out of bankruptcy, and like just doing his thing, man. So
City council is also gonna be a very interesting race.
yeah,
Because if Mary Sheffield, she's the acting president of city council.
president. Yeah.
And if she becomes mayor, that's going to open up a lot of possibilities of city council. We've had some guests on the show that are running for a seat on city council, so it's going to be very interesting. Former guest on the show, rather.
I'm gonna run for something in my township. You feel me? I'm still in Wayne County. I'm gonna do something when I feel like it makes sense. I don't want to do nothing just to do something. You feel me?
I feel you. I can see that though. You live in a very pocketed community or a small pocketed area. You could probably win some shit.
I mean, the area, the state I live in, this shit big as hell. It's not Detroit big. There's like 5 different versions of this area. You feel me? There's like, I bring it up because you'd be like, oh, that's such and such too. It's like 5 different, and they all different areas. They all look different. They all make up different incomes.
But the social economical difference are very stark because you don't live in the Podunk area of your city, but it's close.
It's close enough for like, what's going on outside?
What they doing up over there?
Like, I intentionally purchased a home that is close to, I'm within 2 miles of 3 different cities.
You know, I always feel like you purchase your home because when the shit hits the fan, you're gonna be able to bunker down in that shit.
That was the legitimate reason I purchased a home in the first place, is because I was renting a home off of 6 Mile during the pandemic, and I just felt so unsafe. I didn't know what the world was going to do, and like, what if the people I'm renting or the company I'm renting this house for be like, you got to go, or what if they don't pay their taxes or whatever? Like in that season of uncertainty, I'm like, I tell you, my homegirl, I just did her son's prom send off. She is the reason I bought a house. She didn't even know, but so when the pandemic was first hitting, I was still going to work each day, right? I'm at the credit union, right?
Yeah,
I'm going to work each day. I'm looking out the window. I see niggas at the ATM machines and shit like that. I'm like, dog, you think we should take some money out the bank? You feel me? Like, oh, like, what you think about this 401k shit? I was like, man, I don't know. Also, I was thinking about right before the government shut down shit. I was thinking about quitting my job, emptying out my 401k, going 100% in the studio, and just trying to make it. And then the world shut down. I was like, whoo. That'd been great. That'd been fucking crazy.
This close.
I was like, nigga, I'll Uber, I'll do whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm gonna go 100% all in. Glad it didn't happen. But I said something like, man, I ain't gonna be able to, like, this 401k shit is straight. We should probably take all the money out of our 401k shit, because I think this shit gonna drop. I'm like, shit, we ain't gonna retire off this fucking money anyway. She said, retire? Like, nigga, you could die tomorrow. And I was like, shit.
I remember having that conversation with you.
And like, once she said,
she was talking about like she would always take money out of her 401k or some shit.
She like, nigga, you could die tomorrow. as we going into a global pandemic and everything is uncertain, niggas got masks on. I ain't seen my father in months. You feel me? You can't go to places. You niggas is standing like I'm lonely as fuck because I'm the only nigga going outside. I see my niggas in the call center, and then I go to fuck home. No one's coming in. No one's coming out. I had a fucking virtual birthday party on Zoom. You know,
I remember that.
Yeah, like nigga, that shit be cool. But after a while, it's like, damn, nigga, what's the you know what I'm saying? I need some touching. I need, you know what I'm saying? But like everything was uncertain. So I'm like, nah, man, we didn't know if the shit was gonna hit the fan or not. I need a stable location. You know what I'm saying? Like I need something. So
But how your house is made and how you sit so far back off the road, I'm like, oh, if something really happened, Jay Johnson gonna be plucking niggas coming up the street.
That's for sure. Yes, indeed. You know what I'm saying?
I pulled up to your house because we were supposed to record or do something else. And like, nigga, unless you tell me that you home, I never have any idea if somebody in this house or not. That's just how your house always looks.
And I got blackout curtains. So the lights can be on. You don't even fucking know the lights is on.
Yeah. I never know if like I always have to call you like, Jay, you home? And either you let the garage door up or you about to pull up, but like I never know if you home or not.
And what's so interesting,
very strategic purchase.
Is that excuse me. Man, we think we safer than we really are, dog. There's about 3.5 inches of wood or carbon composite separating you from the outside world.
Every night.
3 shoulder bumps or 4 kicks to any door can open that motherfucker, dog. Depending on which direction your door opens, by the way.
Yeah.
You probably should get a door that opens outward and not inward. That's just my opinion, people. Doors that open inward are easier to kick in than doors that open outward. It's just, It just is what it is. I just be ultra aware of that type of shit. And then at the end of the day, fuck your door, nigga. Just bust your window out. Like, yes, you got this really strong door, but nigga, you got glass window. It's a rock, and I mean, it's in your house.
Just period. If a nigga want to get in, they gonna get in.
Yeah,
we have a false sense of security, but I'm like you. It's maybe 3 to 5 inches between my security door and my regular door to get up in this bitch. I do have glass windows around this motherfucker, and if a nigga get in, I mean, first line of defense is the dog, and then it's me versus you.
Yeah, and then like when you like, I don't want to scare people, but if you look at your Ring camera, your neighbor camera, or whatever, and just look at what happens the night before when you went to sleep and was safe in your house, it's a lot of shit going on. Niggas is breaking in cars, niggas is walking in people backyards at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, like it's just a lot of shit. Did anybody hear a gunshot? I'm like, nigga, this is just like in a 5-mile radius. There is chaos going on at night.
No, man, just nighttime is just a different community. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no matter where you live at either. In Southfield, in Livonia, in fucking Sterling Heights, whatever. Like, it's a lot of shit going on at night. And you're not as safe. So I try to be as safe as possible. You just got to keep distance from you and another person. Like, anybody get too fucking close to you, things can happen. So I just want y'all to just stay away from me.
You ever watch the Ultimate Fighter show?
Yeah.
Do you remember the season that Wanderlei Silva and Chael Sonnen had teams?
For sure.
So, like, that first time they saw each other, and Wanderlei was going crazy. And he tried to walk up on him, and Chael pushed him back. He's like, I can't let you get close to me. I can't let you get close to me.
I can't do it. Because he hates Chael Sonnen, like, with a passion.
But them niggas was fighting within, like, 10 seconds. After he pushed them, they was all on, like, But it's the same shit. Like, you be out, when we used to tell niggas 6 feet apart, like, that gave us a barrier. But like, I watch niggas that walk close to me.
Man, I follow these channels, Tactical Carl, and he be posting videos. He a police officer, but he be posting videos. But he's one of the gun channels and shit I follow. And like, fam, somebody who's 15 feet away from you with a knife will be in your stabbing distance less than a second, my nigga. That distance is like, I know while you watching the video, you be like, yo, the cop should have did this or such and such should have did this. Fam, people are making up that you are in danger, my nigga. You that knife
15 feet ain't shit. That's 2
man,
steps. I'm
like,
I'm 6'1". That's literally a step and a half, and I'm a knife in your stomach.
it's a lot, dog. You can't let motherfuckers get close to you. But I remember that specifically, like, listen, I can't let you get too close to me because I'm in danger.
You're going crazy right now.
Yeah.
Can't let you get too close.
But listen, check it out, folks. We about an hour in. Yesterday, we got a chance to kick it with my cousin, cousin Q. He's been out in China for the last couple of weeks, and we got a chance to kick it with him, talk about what he's been doing over there, the kind of business he does, some pretty cool stuff, and like how he's living. I don't know. He's not living in China, but he's been living over there for the last couple of weeks. He's been over there for a few times in the last couple of months or whatever.
Just moving around abroad.
Yeah, man. We had a pretty cool conversation.
And some weird shit happened.
Some weird shit happened, my nigga.
When we post the video, we'll see if you all can pick it up. But some wild shit happened in this video.
Yeah, and some wild shit happened today too. I got some random. I sent that shit to him, but it's 4:00 in the morning when I sent it to him. You know what I'm saying? Because it was in the afternoon. They 12 hours ahead of us or whatever. So very, very interesting shit happened. But listen, I think y'all gonna enjoy the conversation that we had. This is my last cousin. Well, not my last cousin, but like out of the Carter crew, the 5 that I talk about the most. That now he's actually on the pod. You feel me?
Yeah.
So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, y'all enjoy that. And yeah, man. Enjoy.
Yeah.
All right. So technically, the whole Carter crew, my cousins that I talk about on the pod, have all been on the pod. The last time it was Quentin. I'm sorry. It was me, Netta, Garrett, Dwayne on the pod, and Dame, of course. And we was calling my cousin Q, but he ain't answer the phone. He didn't call until the pod was over. So now, officially, we've had the whole Carter crew, my whole family on the pod. Q.
Hey, man, that's what's up. That's a blessing. What's up, Q?
Man, what's up, Dame? What up, Jake?
Man, what's popping, man? And Q is actually in. Where you at right now, my brother?
I'm in Foshan. It's a city inside of Guangzhou, inside the province of Guangdong, and over here in China.
Hey, man, that's a lot.
So, what brings you to Guangdong, China?
Man, just work, bro. So it's for the last 3 years, been actually 3.5 years, been putting in a lot of work in the direct to film game. So for those who don't know, that's like most T-shirts that you're wearing, you got something that's being printed with direct to film on it. You know, it prints from the printers, presses on your shirts. So at any rate, I've been over here 4 times in like the last 10 months, right? Just building relationships. And it just making a network out of the United States, because this is where everything is made. Man, it's just been a for real blessing.
Yeah.
To seeing things, how they've grown, as rapidly as they have grown.
Let me ask, what's the weather right now in China? Well, where are you at in China?
It's like right now it's maybe feels like 65, something like that. It's gonna be beautiful. It'll get up a little. It'll get up a little warm. This in Foshan, it doesn't get as cold as it does like in Chongqing and some Shanghai, some of the different places around China. This is like, call it California without the ocean, I guess. Yeah, but when it gets hot.
My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. I thought I saw palm trees in the back when you were walking.
Bro, you do. Look.
Man,
these are palm trees, huh?
Man, this nigga in South Carolina somewhere.
Hey, no, we're gonna keep this shit real with this sign right here.
Okay.
Now, what it say? No swimming, no drowning at your peril.
So they telling me not to drown?
Don't drown, my nigga. Don't murder yourself. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Very common sense.
Look,
saying?
I was
Nah.
about to ask before we got on and shit. Where you at? How many of the signs have English underneath them? Because that's kind of wild.
Some of them like in the parks and stuff like that, you'll have some English signs. Like your street signs and stuff like that, you just have the Chinese names and things. Your restaurants, of course, you go to McDonald's and KFC and Starbucks and stuff like that. You're gonna have it in English. But I'm telling like the apps is just it's just crazy here. Like whether you're on Alipay or anything like that, you literally just holding your phone up and you instantly getting it's telling you what it is. So it's like hella convenient. So like, yeah. So you've been here in the country. I'm understanding the language. I can say some basic stuff. Um, but it's just so convenient, bro. You walk around, you feel like you're okay.
Mm.
Outside, people want like, some people like the kids, they never seen, black people sometimes. They're like, yo, can we get a picture? They run up and hug you. I'm serious, bro. It's like I'm literally Uncle Q over here. So it's
That's
literally,
that's kind of crazy.
yeah.
So do you use WeChat while you're over there? Her WeChat is like the everything app.
All right, you broke up a little bit, but I heard you say WeChat. So WeChat and WhatsApp is what I use for all the business communication, right? Because it takes and it translates it. Most of the people in sales, when they're dealing with international sales, they speak a little English, and it's enough English. Maybe they went to school for English or something like that. But I equate that to like it's like you being able to speak a little bit of Spanish without actually talking to a Spanish person.
Yeah.
I mean, you go up like, hola, como está? And all of a sudden it goes, "Oh, blah, blah," you're like, oh shit, whoa, 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 back up. That's kind of like how I equate it with English. They'll say some English words, you get comfortable and you just start talking. And then you see that look on their face. It's like you didn't understand nothing I said, did you? Like, nah, not for real. And then you go back. So it's actually made me a better communicator, which is crazy.
Yeah. That's really dope.
Yeah.
Um
Meow.
so see, look at it. He over there talking to
Yeah.
talking to
No.
Yeah.
did you just
Hey,
meow at him? Her?
me, me, ain't no cat calling. Hey, but let me tell you, bro. Like real talk. Like so, from Detroit, you walking by, you give somebody a nod. You know what I'm saying? You see him, I acknowledge you. I see you. What
Yeah.
up, though? Kind of a nod. You can't do that shit here, bro. It's too many people, dog. So you walk, I'm trying to get to where they going, and they ain't got time to say hi, hello. Yeah,
Man, that was gonna be my next question because China got like a whole bunch of people. Is it like that
right,
in real life, or is it like so? For an example, New York City got a lot of people, but every place isn't New
right.
York City. Is it like that everywhere, or
No, it's when you in the transit places, you can tell it's a lot. It's a lot of people. Like when you in like right now, I'm in a big, huge, beautiful park, right? And like all these places back here, my hotel is over this way, but all of these right here are just apartments, so they're going straight up. So everything is vertical here, much like in New York. But you could walk in the park, and bro, ain't nobody around me. Even at night, it doesn't feel like the people are right on top of you. So
yeah,
it's pretty spacious until you get into the transits. Now you get into those trains and stuff like that, oh, it gets real. Especially this weekend because you got they're on holiday this weekend. They got the Dragon Boat Festival, so it'll be. I mean, it's gonna be like all your farmers and everybody else is traveling, going back to their families. That might be 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 hours away.
mm,
So the transit is gonna be crowded.
mm.
Q, let me ask you something, man. What type of background leads you to conducting business over in China? You got some type of international business or marketing in your background? Like, how do you stumble into some type of work like this?
But real talk, degree wise, I got a communications degree from HBCU, University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. Got my degree there. I got a master's in business administration, with a focus in supply chain and logistics. But it was like those are just the paperwork that go with what I was already learning. So um, when you're looking at being able to walk by your drug dealer being able to walk by Jay, that little crazy dude who used to, well, I shouldn't say crazy, be able to walk by that little dude that walked around with the stick, walking around the neighborhood. You just didn't speak
Yeah.
to him. And I'm like when you learn how to just kind of navigate through just your hometown and respect people and things of that nature. But I think it can put you in a situation where you can be successful like I'm doing right now. So you pay attention, you reading, I'm over here, bro. I don't speak this language. And by the time I get my phone out, it could be too late. So you're reading body language. You know what I'm saying? You're reading eye contact, emotions, about you literally go primal when you're over here, and they're doing the same thing with you. So
Growing up on
uh
Linwood to teach you how to read body language for sure.
bro, real quick. Like my guy right there is not having a good day. I can tell by the tone or anything like that. So I would say, Dane, the real thing though, then it's like I don't have any expectations, and you got to be patient. You know what I mean? So it's like because there's a huge language barrier. So now I really got to take the time to listen to you. I just can't be running my mouth, double dutching, and waiting for you to stop talking so I can jump in. No, we got to make sure we are really, really clear. So, I mean, I think the communication, have your communication piece down, um, listening skills, and just the respect of people.
Now, Q, I know you do shirts and direct to film and things of that
Mm,
nature. I know a while ago, um, a couple years back, actually, like you were one of the first persons I heard about from direct to print, direct to film, and you went over to China and explained to them this printer stuff business that you've been conducting over there.
right. So you're right. She got direct to film. Again, that's literally where it's just printing right onto a piece of like a PET film. It gets inks, it gets powdered, it goes to a dryer, and then once it comes out that dryer, it's ready to press on your shirt. And now you got a nice full color image. Still be crisp if it's done right, and it's on your shirt. Um, we got into that. It was before I came over to China. I've been, I started ordering printers. I know, like everybody else, I started off through Alibaba. But what my experience had taught me was it's not about getting the printer. You have to find the actual right partner. Somebody who knows the printer, not somebody who's selling the printer for somebody else. So we found that, and we just did a lot of talking. So for literally about 7 months, I was doing nothing but building a network of people that I knew I was going to go and I was going to visit. Like when I came over here last July. So I was planning for that. I already knew I'm going over here to talk with some people. I had the entire trip mapped out. We literally covered most of China besides the far east. So yeah, but all the industrial parts we hit. So we were able to you found your right partners, and bro, then it's just about just learn the game. It's like to your knowledge, add in some understanding. Find out how this thing works over here. Um, Find out, how are you going to be the best with the printers? Are you just going to try to buy some printers and flip them and sell them and kind of play that game, and be like most of the companies that are out there, not profitable and going out of business in a year? What's going to make you different? And that's what I've been focusing on.
And you've developed your own printer.
Right. So what I've done, so the printers already exist because you have different factories who are making them. So what I've done with me and the team of engineers that I've kind of put together, it's we see, okay, this is your printer. How do we make it better? And so now we're adding that element to it. And because I don't have a factory, they got a factory, you know what I mean? So I had to go over and find the companies with the actual factories. And now you can tell them how to make it better because they don't use it every day. I sell it to customers who use it every day. I use it. My employees use it every day for one of my other businesses. So you know what I mean? So we're touching it a lot more than they are. So that's a value add to them because their thing is get the printer working, get it sold, and just do it and just keep it churning.
How do you make a printer better?
Well, you got to look at elements. So like, all right, you got a print head carriage that holds the print heads, and it just moves left to right over over the film. that carriage case, if your ball bearings are not good, if you have um a carrier like the carriage on the back, if it's not supported good enough weight wise where it's going to carry that head, it's not going to put those droplets exactly where you want it to be. Maybe year one is fine, but year 3, year 4, something like that, it may not be. So you just kind
Wear
of
and
mentioned
tear.
some
Yeah.
different things like that. Right. And the thing is, they'll hear what you say and then they'll take it. And if they're good, they'll make it better. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
it's just because it's literally like, hey, bro, this part only costs like $1 more. Let's put that part on there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's like in real life, and it's like, but they won't do it a lot of times unless it's requested. So
Now back home in Kentucky, um, I know you work with like a lot of brands and a lot of companies and
right,
explain
right.
what you do there.
So again, through networking and through people, man, we've been fortunate enough to do work for for Tyler Perry Studios. We've done stuff for BET, for Nike, for the NCAA, Capital One. Like just a number of different companies we've been able to do stuff with, and even be it on getting the jobs just through just through networking through people. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I guess I'm like, what's that show? I guess I'm like Chicken Man. I collect people. What is so,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, that was a amazing series, by the way. We reviewed that on This Week
right,
in Culture.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, I mean that's how that's just the main thing how that works.
Now, people here locally, podcasters, different stores or whatever, and they got like, so this how the game used to work. I want to sell some Shop Talk shirts, so I go buy a bunch of shirts. I need that's printed up. Let me give me 30 of them. That's large. Give me 30. That's extra large. I basically spend all this money on
Inventory. Shit.
inventory that I
You
don't
got.
know if it's gonna move or not. And what you were schooling me to was the the transfers or what have you. Can you explain how that works?
Yeah. So you got a couple of ways the transfers can work. The first way is, let's say you get a dope, you got your shop talk, you got your design. You have the transfers printed out already. So
Mm-hmm.
now that transfer, it can go on whatever you want to press it on. It can go on the hoodie, it can go on a t-shirt, it can go on long sleeve, short sleeve, pocket, whatever. And that's different from the game where the way it used to be, because you used to have to come up with a 24 count minimum, get it screen printed. And now, but all right,
Yeah.
so what size shirts do you get? I mean, you don't know. Right
Yeah.
now, you can literally put up a shop on whatever platform you want. If somebody sells if somebody buys it, you can order the shirt as they buy it. You can order from like if you have a Sandmar account, SNS, Jiffy, they got Amazon, any of them right now. If you got your pricing right, you can just order the shirt as you get the money. So now you're not coming out of pocket that way. That's one way. Um, I have a meeting like after this call here today. I have a meeting where we'll be setting up print on demand in Kentucky, and we'll probably be moving about anywhere between 3,000 to 5,000 shirts a day.
Mm.
So
That's what's
what
up.
that looks like, that's what that looks like is you're going through Sheen or Temu or something like on those platforms, uploading your artwork to there, and then it gets filtered down to our warehouse and it gets printed and it gets shipped right from Lexington. Now, the thing is, you don't know if you get in my shop or if you're getting your homeboy doing it out of his garage. You
Yeah.
don't know who you're going to get sometimes with that. So that's where the quality can become an issue there. So if you're looking at quality, the best way to do it, order your transfer, come up with a design, a concept, order your transfers, keep them right in the house. They'll be good for over a year. Press them joints, send them out to your customers as you sell them.
Man, 25, 30 years ago, man, it was sort of the same, but you used to have to take that piece of paper and then you get your iron and then you iron it on, but it felt like a piece of
Yeah,
paper
man.
Right,
on your shirt. And what you
right.
say with these transfers, explain how that is.
Well, so they're meant to last the life of the shirt. Those ones that the ones we used to do with those iron on presses, bro, you had about 1.5 washes or a good sweat, and the images was
Yeah.
coming off them joints. So that's the
Crumble
difference.
up.
That these are literally commercial, right? These are actually commercial grade. You know what I mean? So they're made to last, and if they're done right with the proper curing and everything, and ink layout and all that, you're gonna get a great looking image, and it's gonna be right on your shirt.
Like in the shirt, or
Well,
like
no,
on
it's
the
gonna be
shirt.
actually be it's actually gonna be on top. So
Okay.
direct to garment puts it more in the shirt.
Okay.
You know, but that's you're not gonna get a softer feel than direct to garment. Now,
Okay.
direct to film, which I'm actually gonna recoin it, ready to press, and I guess you just heard it live. I just did it right on your
That's a
show.
better.
So
Okay, I like that term.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because when DTF came out, I was like, "Yo, you down to DTF? Oh, hell yeah!"
DTF got a different meaning.
I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? You be careful when you go to DTF.com, bro. You know what I'm saying? You never know. But
Hey, you gotta be careful in China. The barrier, the language barrier. You be like, I'm trying to get arrested.
bro, it's some wild stuff. You're just sitting in the lobby. People watching Vegas. When you do it here, same thing.
Yeah.
It's just like Compton. But no,
I like
it's
that.
right. When you're looking at the like with that whole ready to print piece, or the the direct to film, it's just giving you a higher quality. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it does allow people to, especially in these day and age, of gig work and stuff like that. You can have a side hustle if you're for real about your craft, and you can make, like, with this in real life, bro. You can take, if you had an investment of, well, you could really start off with nothing. But if you were smart and start saving the money, you can make an investment on a $10,000 to $14,000 printer, and now that can literally pay. You can end up making $100,000, $200,000 a year, and actually end up profiting a good portion of that. You just got to have the business acumen,
Yeah.
and and then you can't be like, "Hey, I'm gonna make this quick flip," because it's not that type of mentality. Puts you in the same boat as 60% of other businesses in the U.S. that are not profitable. 60%, bro,
Mm.
are not profitable because you're not paying attention to all the numbers, and it's a numbers game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So man, you've been back and forth to China. You know, we got a bunch of tariffs that's been going on. Like, what is the conversation with the Chinese and like with business? What kind of impact have you seen? An impact? Is there impact? Is all
It's like,
things are falling, or what's going on?
bro, it's crazy. It's an impact. Everybody's worried here and there, just because you don't know,
Yeah.
right? So let's say if I ordered a container full of goods right now, that container cost me, let's say the container had $100,000 value on it, right? On everything that was in there. It hits the ports. Right now, I could be paying 25% on that, right? If the wind blows and somebody decides to, fuck it, we going back to 145, it left China at 25, 30%. When it gets here, I have to pay more on that to even have my goods released.
Yeah. So
You see what I'm saying?
I was
So,
gonna pay 125,000. Now I gotta pay
in essence,
250,000.
correct. Or your shit sits on the dock.
Mm.
And now you're just out of that initial 100, because the thing is, the Chinese companies, they've already shipped it. Now you could go with, most people do it where it's DDP, where it's literally coming direct to my door. So I take it, I go buy it from the manufacturer, I give them the 100,000, they add on the tariffs, the duties, and all that stuff, what they're gonna have. So I pay, let's say, 125,000. But if that shit hits the port and it went up 100, and it went up 100, 100 some odd percent, they are not going to pay that. Your shit will sit on that port.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? Now, by law or by rule, the company who shipped it, DDP, is supposed to cover any other additional costs that may happen. So, like, let's say, for instance, um, you ship over some you ship over some shoes or some printers or anything, and most of the time, what they do is, if it's worth, if I pay $100,000 for it, they probably gonna put the value at 75,000. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
now you're paying the tariffs and tax on that part, not on the
Yeah.
true value that you're gonna sell it for, or whatever. And that's great. That's great until your shit gets audited. You know what I'm saying? Because if you are one of those containers to get pulled and get audited, and that auditor is having a bad day and say, hey, yeah, I don't think this value is right. I kind of looked it up on the website. They're selling it for this right here. We think the value is this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, granted, you got caveats and loopholes, around that too, but that's a very real possibility. So a lot of people, I mean, it's a pause on if you're going to even order anything. Like a month and a half ago, I was talking with some of my manufacturers, and they were just telling me about how a lot of businesses were canceling. They were canceling orders.
Yeah.
You had some who were looking at taking it and you would ship it through Mexico and then bring it through Mexico, or you would ship it to Europe and come around here. So it takes longer, but the amount of money that you're gonna save, so what if it takes a little bit longer?
That's why that process is the reason why the current president had put a tax on like every single country at the same time. It was like, yo, he put taxes on a place that only has penguins, because niggas know, like, if we gonna tax China, we not gonna send it to China. We gonna send it to this place and then sneak in the back door. So he was like, nah, we put it on everything, so you can't sneak in the back door. Today they just announced or the Supreme Court or something like blocked like the majority of his tariffs. So it's still up in the air because
it is, and this man has zero fucks to give, dog. He don't care about the Supreme Court. I put you there, dog. I put you there, my guy. You know what I'm saying? It's like that,
democracy,
bro. In real life, real talk. When you look at it's like when you're creating chaos, and when you're creating chaos, if you got money right now to be invested in stocks and stuff like that, bro, you are loving it. You are loving it every 2 months because you are doubling up, bro. You doubling and tripling up because the stock is going here, it's crashing down. You buying.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Most people 401ks, they losing $20,000, and the way that your 401k is structured and you're investing, you ain't making that back up. When it goes back up, you're not going back up to 20,000, 30,000. That's not the way your 401k works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So paying attention to that, bro. It's straight chaos. But I remember Garrett told me, I don't know who he got the quote from, but it was like, chaos is a ladder. So I'm trying to find, okay, in the chaos, how can I get up and bring as many people up with me as possible? That's it.
Yeah.
But it's very real. And the crazy thing is, like, when you know anything, just a little bit about business, it's like, bro, China, Europe, Mexico, none of those people are paying for these tariffs, nigga. We are.
Well, so this the thing that concerns me is this. So over in China, they make all the shoes, the bags, the whole bunch of shit, right? So let's say Nike produces an Air Jordan that they sell for $180 retail. They make that shit at roughly $8 to $9, right? They make it. Nike buys it from China for $8 to $9. So when we put a 25% tariff on that, so instead of $8 to $9, we buying it for $11 or $12. The 25% isn't on what Nike sells it. It's not 25% of $180. You know what I'm saying? So like in real life, the impact should be little to the consumer, but just how they did when the market crashed in 2008, I'm using this as a smoke screen so I can make more money, right? Nike got to pay an extra $2 per shoe. Nigga, raise the price extra $2. Everybody's straight. Wouldn't nobody give a fuck, right? And they just recently said their prices were going up between $8 to $11 or some shit like that. All right, cool. We got to just watch the companies so they don't be like, hey, where it's tariffs, man. The price of this, niggas like, yo, the iPhone gonna be $4,000. No, the fuck it wouldn't. Like, no, it wouldn't. If you did that on the retail cost of the thing, yes, but it's not on the retail cost. It's on that raw shit that they get over here for really, really, really cheap. But like we gotta be like, so for example, in 2008, housing market crash, niggas getting fired from their jobs left and right. A lot of companies fired half their staff, not because they had to, but because I I can save money, and then the rest of the people here will be so happy they kept their job, they'll do extra work. And I'm just gonna mask
productivity drains. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm a mask it. So I am scared about the tariffs on one, what they actually mean, and then what they want to potentially mean to these corporations who this whole time when we went and sold out American people and went overseas to have everything made, they were supposed to pass that savings on to the consumer. They just kept all the money. They never dropped
it. It's never coming back to you. And when if they came back and announced a 0% trade on everybody, the prices are not going back down.
No, because they know you'll pay for it now. They
So,
know you'll pay for it. I was telling.
The tariff battle is against them international companies who was like, I don't give a fuck what we make it for. We selling that motherfucker for $200. That's just what it is. And they were like, no, nigga, that's not really fair. But I don't give a fuck.
We said that, but like I was telling my son the other day, like if they know you're gonna pay $6 for eggs, they'll never go back down to 99 cents because they know everybody will pay $6. Why drop the price just to be good to the consumer?
Yeah. I mean, and in the United States is our economy, what did they say? 70%? It's a consumer-based economy. So I need you to consume. It's like I always look at with gas prices.
We the world's biggest customer for everything.
Yeah. So it's one of those things, man. Like it's real, and it's gonna be curious, like just really just kind of looking to see how things are play out. I'm supposed to be in over in Italy next month in June, so I'm curious to see how things are going over over in Europe too. You know what I mean? So so when you're able to see some different things and talk to people on ground levels in these different countries, just to see. But
so like I'm watching TV and like they'll make this shit seem doom and gloom. Do you get the idea that it's doom and gloom over there, or it's just it's fucked up, but is it business as usual?
No, like so here's what you get, man. They deal with the United States, but when I go in, I sit in like some of my partners, I sit in their sales offices, and I help some of them with sales training and stuff like that. So I'm helping them talk to customers in Egypt. I'm seeing customers from my guy was the Ivory Coast of Africa. I just spoke with him yesterday. He was in the shop. You speak. So you're dealing with people around the world, around the globe. You know what I mean? So it's like the mindset here from I forget the gentleman who's like he's the talking head for China right now. But his thing is they're looking at, okay, yeah, the US is a good partner, but you're only 15% of what we actually export here in China. So you got another 85%. Now the thing is, if you look at the math game, is can the prices be lowered enough to get the volume enough in some of these other countries to kind of make up that 15% that I'm losing here from the United States?
Yeah,
I think mathematically, you see what I'm saying? It's like now when you look at with the how the US dollar is and all that good stuff, like again, just the because of the sheer amount with us being the consumer base, you want that. The rest of the world needs that. So we can't, the rest of the world is watching and paying attention. And it can get doom and gloom. You have some people who are forecasting we literally in real life are watching the collapse of an empire that's been running things since World War II. They like you are real in real life watching this happen. So,
also, but on the business standpoint, how long can you go without your biggest customer?
I'll tell you like this. In business, we always learn the minute that you get a customer is the same minute you start losing that customer because somebody else is trying to get them. Mm-hmm. So we're in a situation where we need them, they need us. I mean that's just it. Because the thing with China, when you watch them and if they're dealing with other countries, let's say a printer, they are always it's low price and it's straight volume. Low price and volume. So they're not making a crap ton of money when they sell to the United States. The United States has more money to buy on a printer, right? So let's say we go in, all right, give me that printer for $10,000. The United States don't care about that. If you're dealing with somebody in India or like my guy here was in Malaysia and stuff like that, they're like, yo, how can we get this thing down to 9,500? You know what I'm saying? How can we get this down to 9,000? Because the money's different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again, when you're able to, when you're watching watching that part of it and learning, man, it's kind of humbling and it's amazing again. And you gotta be a think. It's a ladder right now. How you gonna move up?
It's funny that you say that because, like, when you think about it, it's just business, and it's business the same everywhere. People trying to cut their
Yeah,
costs, they're trying to save as much as they can. They'll haggle, make a deal, and it's the same thing everywhere else. They just trying to make the most and save what they can too.
And like
drive labor, control costs.
it's the business, and when both sides are unhappy, you probably got a good deal. If one side is
Right,
happy about the deal, they won. When both people are
right.
like, nah, that's when you got a good deal. So
That's a good one.
America is not gonna like the deal, and China not gonna like the deal. That's when I'm gonna know it's a fair deal. But if
Right.
Trump is happy, we got over. If China is happy,
Yeah.
they got over. It gotta be some give and take.
One thing. One thing. All right. There's cameras everywhere, but whatever.
That's gonna be my next. We got to go. That's my next question over there, by the way.
But here's the real life. If shit really hit the fan, as they used to say, in the United States of America, you got more guns than people.
Big facts.
Over here, not the case. So when you start talking about the threshold and the tolerance of pain, it's it's different. You know what I mean? Like when you walk and you talk to the people, and you watching the clothes, and you go over the 5 day week, and you working with them for 5 days, and they got the same shit on 4 days out the week. They don't give a shit about what they wear. They care about good food. They care about the family and stuff like that. So values are different, and thresholds of pain are different. The food, bro. If I showed you, well, I showed you some of the pictures,
Yeah,
like
I'm not
some of the
eating none of
meals
that.
that you get,
I
bro. The shit is
can't eat
delicious.
none of
The
that
shit
shit. I
is
can't go to
the
China.
shit is the shit is delicious. And if you came over here with me, I would make sure you only eating like the beef. You know what I mean? I would
Take me to McDonald's and KFC. Give me
bro,
actual chicken
No,
and
man, I
rice.
want that real
bro.
sushi.
Hey, look here. When you at McDonald's, my nigga, you are like at KFC. You can get a whole rotisserie chicken, my nigga. At McDonald's, and you got buckets of chicken at McDonald's, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I can't. Nigga, that
once you,
shit that you was showing, that shit don't look like it's dead. That shit's still moving on the
bro,
plate.
it is not, man. There
That
you
nigga like, yo, he like, yo, this the chicken. That's not chicken, my nigga. That's not
rumor,
chicken.
Because you used to yours
rumors and
being battered
propaganda.
and deep fried.
Look here, man. Hey, right, Dave. Hey, and the thing is, if you order fish, you're getting the head, you're getting all of it. You get the whole body of fish, and you go open the joke up. And the crazy thing is, like, I don't like bones, right? So I like my shit filleted with no bone. I like just be able to eat it and just go. But you're gonna get the bones, but the fish is delicious because literally it's coming in a lot of places, it's coming from the container living to on your plate.
That
And
shit
it's
still
almost
got dirt on the fish.
bro, but it's no different than what we used to do in South Carolina. I mean, it was down in Florida when they went out fishing and they brought that whiting and stuff back, and you in there tearing it up, and it tastes like the ocean.
Well, I ain't never eat fish. You feel me? Run that chicken.
Uh,
That white was swimming and enjoying his day about half an hour ago.
about half an hour ago.
That nigga be showing pictures of shit in little. They be bringing shit in little cages and shit. I'm like, my nigga, that's not chicken. I don't
It's
know
the
what that is.
presentation, dog. It's the presentation.
Don't bring
No.
shit to me in the cage, okay? That's not a thing.
Let me tell you, man. No, but it's that part is crazy over here too. But going back to the original point, and we come back to that, it's like if shit hit the fan, it'll be different here than it would be there. They got a higher threshold of pain,
Mm.
and they're people like they're not that far removed from really being impoverished. You got to look at just 7 or 8 years ago was when China really started lifting, like, hey, we don't want to be known for our cheap products and low labor and stuff like that. So if you're here, you're talking to some of the major manufacturers here, they're outsourcing their labor on certain parts.
Crazy.
Oh
It's
shit.
crazy.
That shit say, man,
Con-
watch,
hey,
they gonna raise their tariffs on other motherfuckers and
Hey,
shit.
bro, control costs, and your greatest controllable is payroll. It always has been. Now you still got places like I talked with a guy. it's a black guy. He's actually the only black like we know of in China that literally has a major clothing factory here. He's an expat, so he came. I forget where he came from. Over in Europe, came here. He's been here for about 18 years or whatever. But he's established, and he was just like, "Yo, even in China, you go out to different coasts, you can get labor for $1, $2 a day." But you got other places where it's going to be 15, 20, $30. And so it even here it's disparities in like where you go. You can
Yeah.
go somewhere and get a lot cheaper labor, but your products and stuff like that are going to be cheaper too. So
Man, that shit
A
crazy.
dirty game when other countries are exporting their labor to other places, but
But
like
right.
you say, you got to keep the costs down.
it's also
But it's
one of
what
the
it's
things where it's like that. Well, our quote unquote money is more valuable here, so we don't have to give you much of it. Like what your regular life is, what you hold valuable, ain't the same because we from different culture. To your point, where if they wearing the same clothes 4-5 days a week, I don't need $1,000 to go get my transistor radios and my shoes and this and that. So like what I need to do with my money and the value of it is different. Because we don't really be on that type of shit. We eating rice over here. We're not eating
right.
KFC or whatever the case may be. So it's like there's enough resources in this world for everybody to share. And some
Yeah.
people want things more than others. Like, nah, I really, really want them rims. Okay, well, what you really to do for that? Would you cut my grass 4 times for these rims? Because my man over there said he only cutting that shit 1 time for the rim. And if you'll do it for 4, because you really, really want the rims, I'm gonna go to my man's over here because I'm gonna get the best deal. You know what I'm saying? And on a grander scale, that's kind of like what's happening.
Yeah, that's facts. I mean, it's when you look at it's the same thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you go in the world. Like I said, I've talked with my guy from Nepal, Malaysia. So like like when you are here and you're doing business and everybody is here in China and you're meeting with these people from a different around the world and y'all are talking, it's like, oh shit, that sound like home. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and it shines the light on to like if you're gonna be successful in any business or in life, period, you better know people.
Hmm.
That's what it's this the life is a people's game. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to know the human psychology, what's going on, and it's like what do you want to get out of every interaction, out of every deal or what have you.
Yeah. So
Yep,
listen, man, you feel safe walking around out there?
bro, safe. How many times you see me look behind my back?
Is there a
Like,
camera on every corner? Like you being filmed right now. I hear everything in China is on film.
yeah, probably got a little bird flying around here and shit. That's a can no, no. But
Hey,
I don't
hey, that's not too far off.
I
It-
don't see
do they
any here, but just it's cameras. Yeah, well there's a camera right over there by the lake. So it's cameras, it's cameras everywhere. But when you are here, I mean, I feel like very safe. And the people here tell you it's safe. It's like because nobody's gonna do shit because we're going to find you. If you do it right here, there is a network of cameras. If they want to find out where you went, they
so
got you.
they have a social credit score stuff. Is that real?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask. I've never asked that.
Well, don't ask out loud. You feel because from my understanding, and because I've never been to China, every company in China is in business with the government by default.
And so, yes, the officials meet with they will come meet with different companies. Yeah,
So like
I've seen them.
so like you in business with the government no matter what. So we kind of, and I don't even know because you over there right now. You know what I'm saying? Our communication is this conversation.
Mm,
So
just saying.
I've seen video over there with like everybody walking around with like numbers on their head and like not
not
physically
like
on their head, but like on the
yeah.
camera.
I got you. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Where you can be tracked and like that's not Japan too. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
I
you
can
had me thinking they marking them with the
No,
beast,
no,
Jay.
not like that. But like on
I
camera,
can
you on
I
camera.
could say possibly because we went to the zoo and the little kids who are in elementary school and kindergarten they have IDs. and their faces are in the system. So when you go, you are scanning your you scan your car or you just walk up and it boop, and it gets your face, and then you're able to walk into the zoo. So my face is on there, my face and my fingerprints are on there because the first time I came, I couldn't get into the country. You can't get into the country without you leaving your biometrics. And it's like as soon as you get off the plane, there's a system there, it's taking your biometrics of your fingerprint. But then now when I walk in, like literally I walk out, I touch the little screen, boom, I get my ticket, I walk through. I have my little business pass export, so I literally have my own lane created for me. I walk through, my face is on the system, my fingerprints on it, I'm in and out. You know what I mean? So I don't have a problem with it.
Appears to
Look
be
at this.
constructed.
I'm gonna mute that because I don't want the audio of that
That's scary. That's scary.
of playing. So, but I wanted to show you what I was. We could keep talking, but I wanted to show you what I was kind of talking about, and I was like, I just don't. I mean, it's just on the internet. I don't know if it's real because it's just like on the internet. You feel me? I don't never know what's real or not. Damn, I can't. I'm looking for the one particular thing. Apparently they do have this social credit. Like if you
I'm gonna find out today, and I will report back.
Yeah.
I will report back, and they're probably gonna be like social credit.
Listen, we need you're coming back home.
That you speak of.
We need you back home. Maybe you should wait till you get back and ask somebody over the phone or something. I want no issues over there, Q. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man,
Bruh.
that's crazy.
Bro, they already listening.
I mean, it's not that I'm opposed to it because, like, some people are just bad for society, and maybe you should pay more because you're just a bad person. You feel me? You pushing old ladies on the bus and shit. Yes, your bus fare should be higher because you keep messing with people.
Or
no, I don't.
Or you can be just too scared or respectful to do it because we got, different. I like that he said. I actually like the idea of the network of cameras. If you do something, because if you do something fucked up to people, we should be able to find where the fuck you are and deal with you. And I wish we could adopt. I don't know if more cameras is the answer here in America, but I think the concept has its advantages.
Yeah, in theory, it does have its advantages. But what
we
if?
Got it.
Well, because we already got it. But like, what if? I don't like that you're doing this social activism thing, and I can track you every single place that you've been inside of the world, and I know who you like. I mean,
that's not safe. That's not a good idea either.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So that's the face of just smiling nod because I don't know what's going on. Look at his face.
No.
Hey.
What up, though?
How?
See?
Yeah, but
listen, look what we was talking about. Then somebody came over there and check what's on your screen.
real life.
Let me see them.
There we go. Now we go. We all down a rabbit hole.
Subjects, okay.
Hey, what's the song I sent y'all in the group? I always feel like somebody's watching me.
Saturday is.
That's crazy.
But you know what's crazy? Like I was always like, real and US, it's the same thing. I'm like, okay, we spy on everybody. We spy on the spies and spying on the spies spy. You know what I'm saying? So with your ring system, your set of ring and blink and all that, that's all the same.
Also, like,
because if you really did something, they're gonna find you.
But here we also voluntarily put that information up via social media, via Facebook, Instagram, blah, blah, blah. Who've been for the last 20 years, we've had social media now, and we've detailed and put our life out here for 20 years. Everybody you've known from your elementary school to everything. So it's like we could dig deep and try to find everything out, or you can I'll just wait for you to tell me.
Yeah. Bro, it's like I'm operating. Hey, look, I'm not over here. I'm living life. I'm doing things to better myself, some people, my family, that type of deal. Yeah. I'm not over here doing no dirt or doing no shit like that. You know what I mean?
For
So
sure.
it's like, look what you're gonna look at, see what you're gonna see, follow who you're gonna follow.
I just really
And
need
I think
I just need the
that's most
DTFs.
people here.
You feel me? I just need the
Hey,
DTF.
bro, that's it in real life. Like I said, man, and like it's some things like I said that when you behind the scenes, bro. Well, I can't share everything because I have NDAs and shit like that signed on some things and people that I'm actually working for, and while I'm over here on this trip.
Yeah.
But I will be able to tell you. I will be able to tell you in June. Well, actually, in late June, whatever, I'll be able to say it. But um, bro, you just living life. Most people around here, bro, they getting off work, they coming, they running in the park, they walking, they pushing like. So the way a lot of the social construct here is, so mom and dad are working, right? So it's generally one of the in-laws that actually come and live with the daughter, or live with the son. So like the owner of this one company, his mom she has three sons, so she literally spends a week at each son's house, taking care of the kids, cooking, and that type of deal. And rotates around, and they take care of mom. So mom ain't working no more. You know what I mean? So well, mom's not working in that sense. Mom's working is
Yeah.
taking care of the grandchildren. That's mom's work. So
Because if
now,
not,
so I
then we
mean,
got to pay somebody to do it anyway.
you got to do something to do it. And what do we do on Carter? Who was taking care of us?
Grandma.
Grandma and granddad. You know what I'm saying? It was like it's crazy how they still have that structure is still there. It's not new, but we just kind of go away from it, and they still have it. But most people, man, they just come in, they trying to get to work they 5 6 days a week, make their little money, eat some good food, and just that's it. Um, like when I'm talking to them, I'll ask them like, so like, what do you envision? What do you see? We're dreamers in the United States. Motherfuckers ain't got time for dream. They're not. You don't have it, or they don't know how to express. This is what I want to do. I shouldn't say everybody. I'll say some the ones that I've talked to. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And literally specifically asked them that. It's like I don't know. It's kind of like I haven't thought. I just want to go to work. I'm gonna do my thing, and that's kind of it. Life is good.
That's crazy that that's never been implanted in them. I can. There's got to be some type of learned behavior, and just to circumvent that, where you got a whole lot of people that don't even think like that.
Well, they don't got the regular
But
internet
because
over either.
well, not but even like you got to look at the
But
amount
then
of
you still got your
people.
imagination, even if you ain't got the internet.
But
I mean,
here,
everything is culturally. You know what I'm saying? Like if I can keep you away from something if I don't want. Like, cause it's not beneficial to our society. So I'm going to steer
let me
you
tell you
away
this.
from it.
We were riding in the car. We were having dinner up in Guangzhou. We went to like the second. It's like the Twin Towers in Guangzhou, and we ate up on the high floor. I think I sent you guys some pictures of that, Jay.
Mhm.
But at any rate, you in the car. The kids they on social media. Now, granted, it's probably a little bit more control, but some of the shit I was looking at was kind of wild. It was the TikTok and stuff like that. And it was just kind of like they doing the same silly shit. I mean, it's like it's not as they don't allow a lot of foolishness, I guess, like in the US, but it's still the same thing. When I was looking, I was like, damn, they just smacked somebody and did that. It's still that type of, and the kids are soaking that up. Now, the thing is, when you look at it over here, it's competitive as hell going to school and and like all of that matters. Like when you talk, these kids are doing homework 8 9 o'clock at night. You
Yeah.
know, you're at school. They get a little bit like time, go to the park, be out there playing some badminton and stuff like that. Then it's like, let's get back to this homework. You know what I mean? Because you got teachers who are depending on your quality of school too. So all of that social construct is for real
That's
because you
crazy.
got to get good grades and stuff like that to get into these top universities. And when you get into these top universities, that's going to open up more doors. If not, you'll be speaking you may speak English or something like that as a second language. You can get into sales. You can work in a hotel and hospitality. You can do something like that. Other than that, you just go on to work.
You making Jordans, nigga. You making
Yeah,
purses.
with the degree.
That's
with
wild.
the with the degree or that equivalent of the high school education. But
But
again,
like
it's
when you the world, like when you are the supplier of the world's goods, it's probably not looked upon the same way that we do. You feel me? Like if you work at a fast food restaurant, people judge you here. You know what I'm saying?
right.
as if everybody don't go to get, I don't know everybody, but like people go. So when the pandemic happened, the essential workers who literally propped the economy up, and you want to go to the grocery store, you want to get your food, you want to get your Starbucks. All these people that y'all look down upon is who actually kept society moving and shit. But we don't.
Right.
We look at that like you're less than. You're making food. Okay. Can I have
And
a
they eating
restaurant?
it.
Like,
bro, food is important when you got over 1 billion some odd people. You know what I mean? So it's like most people there. You don't have a lot of people cooking in their homes.
Mm.
So it's easily and it's affordable to go out and have a meal, to sit there, have a meal. You're sitting around the table eating, doing some hot pot or something like that with the entire family there. You're not breaking the bank, and you eat a good meal out of the restaurant. I mean, shit, you go try to do hot pot in the United States.
I mean, like when you think about it, for society to function like well, the people who live in it should probably be able to eat without struggling.
Right.
Because that would just make me less angry, more apt to get up the next day, more energy to get up and actually function in society. Is that the Aquafina from the Detroit River?
That's all the way imported.
Nigga, they're drinking that Detroit water. I'm trying to drink an Aquafina. It's crazy. Niggas hate Aquafina here.
I don't know. They keep you stocked in the hotel. Water and fresh fruit, bro.
Maybe we should be drinking it because they know something we don't know.
Yeah, fresh water right here in Michigan.
Fresh water right there in Michigan. Yeah, man. But it's just something, bro. I mean, but when you out and you learning, it's one thing to hear about it, see about it, read about it. You get to talk to people, and you just get a little glimpse. It's only a glimpse. It ain't everybody, you know.
Because like if somebody from China visit Detroit, well, yeah, I went to America, and their whole experience would be on the west side of Detroit, and there's America is so vast and so big. There's desert, there's snow, it's just so big. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you go to China. I'm sure there's some monks in China somewhere that you got to climb up there.
China is huge. You know what I'm saying? We don't understand like maps. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, so yeah, it's huge and it's a lot. You know, but again, I've enjoyed it. I said I've enjoyed the food and shit like that. I was telling you the other day, I'm over here mad as a motherfucker. Like I've been to an orange and the motherfucker had seeds in it, dang. I'm like, what the hell is this? hell is this grape eating grapes and shit got I gotta spit out seeds? Like I'm mad. I'm mad, right?
You mean to tell me the grapes don't taste like cotton candy over there?
Bro. I'm like it tastes like the grapes off of grandma's backyard.
I don't like when you diss cotton candy grapes.
Yeah. So listen, every once in a while, I'll be eating a grape and I'll get one that tastes like the one on the
You'll get that taste that. Yeah, I just had one the other day. And it's crazy. It's like you eating it. It's like, okay, that one was sweet. That one wasn't. But I'm spitting out seeds. I'm like, what the hell is it? And it's like, it just literally was. It was. I started laughing out loud. They said, what's funny? It's like nothing. You're getting watermelon seeds, orange seeds. Like,
so, like, what we talking about is on Linwood and Carter. We had a grapevine in my grandma's backyard, and grapes was just on the back. Grapes was in the backyard. You feel me? And
the shit was normal.
It was normal, and they were so sweet. It's like how a grape's supposed to actually taste.
Yeah.
You know, I eat grapes.
Organic.
I eat so many fucking grapes. It's ridiculous. You feel me? I spend
a
portion of my budget goes to grapes. Way too many. You know what I'm saying? Way too many grapes. But they don't taste like the grapes that we grew up eating. They taste different. They're still good. And it's better than me eating some Skittles or some shit. But
hey,
don't
hate on the Skittles.
I mean, I love Skittles. I had some today. But
taste the rainbow.
Yellow 5. The Skittles in China probably good for you. Shit. They don't got all the poison in the food.
We did a taste. Well, I didn't do a taste. I brought them home. I brought Snickers home.
Yeah.
I brought Skittles home. I brought a Coke home. And we did blind taste tests. I didn't taste the Skittles because my son, like, he just went ham on them. But the Snickers and all that, it's a noticeable difference between the Snickers and the Coke and everything else.
Because they're using real sugar, no additives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my family's like, fuck that shit. Give me my American Snickers all day. Give me that
Like
American Snickers.
I like
But it was good.
American. I like American tacos versus Mexican tacos because that's not what a taco is to me. You feel me? That little tiny little circle in the softer. No, nigga, give me a hard shit or give me like lettuce and tomato.
Yeah,
And I want my taco cold. The
just
protein can be hot, but like I want, but that's not how you get tacos at the
it's
quote
not.
unquote
It's
real
not.
Mexican space. Give
It's
me the
not.
Americanized taco, my nigga.
They'll tell you like the Chinese people that come to America, they hate the food. You know what I mean? It's cool to be it's greasy, it's not fresh, it's all processed, it's just different. And the
I
Chinese
mean,
food is not
they're
Chinese
correct.
food.
So they gotta
And it's
go
not Chinese
somewhere.
food.
They gotta go to like a black family house, an older black family house, and somebody has to make them food. Because if you just go to the
Yeah,
restaurants, you're not gonna like that shit. I can understand.
yeah. I can see
Side
that. But
note:
again,
are
yeah.
there tacos in China?
What I ate the other day was supposed they call it a taco. It was not a taco. It was in a burrito. It was in a wrap.
Hmm.
It was like a taco but different.
Hmm.
So but it's crazy. It's just like everything here. I was like, I went to McDonald's, like, I want a fillet of fish. They was like, oh, you want a fish burger? It's like, no, I don't want a fish burger. I want a fillet of fish. They say, what's
Over in
that?
the UK, they call chicken sandwiches chicken burgers.
Chicken burger. Yeah, everything is a burger. I'm like, that's not a burger. You know what I'm saying? So like just
So,
point to the picture.
so I'm pretty sure there's no Coney Islands over in China either.
No Coney Islands, bro. No Coney Islands. Ain't no real Mexican food. Like you can find a Turkish food. I actually ate some street meat the other day, which was
Nope.
was actually good. But
Nope.
Oh
No.
man, I'm gonna pray for you tonight.
First
I'm gonna
off,
pray for you tonight. You
I say
you call
street.
it
I say
street meat,
street. I say,
which shit
that's that's
that
that's
can't
my
be safe.
I coined it that term. So what it is actually they pre-shish kebab like the beef and the fish or the squid or whatever you want, and they put it in the freezer. So it's there. It's out there, and then you go in and you pick out what you want. You put it on the plate. Then they barbecue it, and then they bring it to the table.
but
So
they
it's
also eat
it's safe.
dogs there.
They do not. I'm sure someplace in America they eat dogs too.
They
It's
still, I
like
thought, I thought that was a thing, or that's not a thing.
no. No. You see, if you walk into any of these people, especially who walking their dogs, they will look at you sideways, dog. That is
Hey,
not a thing. That's
I've seen shit
that's
on the
that
internet.
whole
You
shit.
never know. You never know.
Hey, bro, and look, growing up,
I
we
seen
always we
dogs
always
chopped up
thought
in
that,
plastic though. I've seen it. I don't
bro.
know if it's real because I
Bro,
don't know
but
how
I'm
real.
sure
So
I'm
every couple
sure
months, a website come up where like you can buy a dog to eat. It come up every couple months. It's a parody website, but they
I'm
got like
sure
professional pictures and prices and shit up there.
I am sure there's some place in this big huge country that there are some people who
I
are
don't even
fucking a
doubt it.
Rottweiler up. You know what I'm
I don't
saying? You
even
know
doubt
what
it.
I'm saying? So, but
Eating pit bull steaks tonight. I don't even doubt it.
yeah, you how you want yours cooked. But like what I've seen, the answer is no, dog. They got you go to the mall, you got cute little puppies and shit in the window for sale.
Now, see, look at this. I'm watching this thing on YouTube right now from Vice, and they over here, and what they got on this? Hey, man, is look, let me show y'all this. Hold on, hold on,
Bro,
hold on,
I don't want to
hold
see no
on,
dog, Jay.
hold on, man.
I don't want to bring that into our conversations.
I'm just saying, man. They got some other stuff going on here, man. They got some other stuff going on here. And this is out in, I don't know. Maybe that's the black market over there.
bro, they can be taking videos from this chop. What's that
Look at this
Greyhound right
thing.
there? What is that?
Yeah,
Find
so
find me
So
I
find
guess they're
okay.
conflicted
Hey,
over there.
hey, let's let,
look,
let's do this. Let's do this. Find out what province they say that shit is in. And on my next trip, we going there with the meta glasses.
All right.
Now
Yeah,
now what? That
yeah.
we
Oh,
going
you
we
know what
going
though?
in.
he said people raise dogs for money.
You over there, you probably can bring back some non-meta glasses that's probably just as good or better.
I haven't found any. I've been looking.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
haven't not like that, but yeah.
Oh yeah, man, bring back some
No,
Jordan.
but
You know what I'm saying?
hey, those over in Hong Kong.
You know,
Yeah, those over. It was like 'cause they can't buy Jordans here. The Jordans here are too expensive.
Mm.
So yeah, so if you're paying $150 for Jordans there, it's more than that here if you buy the Jordans in China.
Yeah, I gotta go to where they making them at.
You gotta go to Hong Kong. That's where Kick whatever. That's what I got the website. That's where the replicas are like spot on because it's coming out they making them. They
Yeah.
making them. Yeah.
So listen, man, if somebody wanna invest, you know what I'm saying? How you was talking about, throw 14, 15,000 up there and then make over 200 grand, or if they want to get some ready to
Ready to press.
press or whatnot, like how
Yeah,
can
yeah.
somebody get in contact with you, man?
They could just right now send it to the parent company email, which is a Quentin Quentin at the letter UCHOOSE the number 2 the letter B.com. So it's Quentin at youchoose2be.com, and just send it there. If they let me know whatever they're interested in, and I'll have the crew reach out to them.
Yeah.
That's what's
Yep.
up.
Yeah,
Guaranteed turnaround. That's a direct contact.
yeah, that's it. That's coming right there. Hopefully, don't get no spam, but that's coming.
I
Edit
mean,
that out. I gotta create this other one, this other email. But yeah,
Right.
no, that's
you
direct
know how
contact for real though.
Detroit can. You know how Detroit can get.
It's the
You know,
world, baby.
the thing is, bro. Like I said, when I get back, it's nothing, Jay. If we want to organize something, I'll come up there, and if there's anybody who for real want to know,
Yeah.
and want to learn the business acumen, because I'm not trying to. I don't just sell printers to anybody, to everybody. Like even the printers that I sell, I just don't do it, because it's an investment, and I want to make sure you're gonna be ready to get a return on your investment and do what it is I'm instructing you to do, and you'll be successful.
Yeah.
Because
And
it
you be
ain't
all
it ain't a
over
lot
that.
in Michigan.
Yeah. And you be everywhere, doing them installs and flying
Yeah.
across the country and shit. So well,
Yeah, I
listen,
got I
man.
got I got a team hired now to do them, so that's the good part.
Good. Man,
Yep,
live from China, man. That's what's up.
yep.
Crazy. What time is it over there right now?
9:37 a.m.
And it's 9:37 p.m. over here.
Right?
12 hours
Yep.
is crazy. It's exactly 12 hours.
It's exactly until we do the daylight savings or whatever, and then then it's 13. So then
Yeah.
it's or unless you're in
Hey
California
man,
or in Arizona.
when people be like, "It's happy hour somewhere," like this proves it.
Yeah. No,
That it is in real in real life is it's happy hour somewhere. Shoot.
man. Um, well, Q man, I'll get back at you in a few, man, in the
All right.
chat. You feel me?
Hey man, I appreciate your
Yep.
time for chopping it up with us, man. Be safe
Hey
over
man,
there. You said you're going to Italy next.
yeah, we got a client over there. We've been doing some work for us to be heading over there, and then shit, and I won't be traveling for a little bit. I don't think I say that.
Okay. Well, safe travels, man.
Yeah. Hey man, I appreciate it, Dame. All right, Jake.
All right, man. Love you. Peace.
Take care.
Appreciate y'all for having me. Love you too, bro. All right, holla at you later. Yep.
That's
Man,
what's
that's
up.
dope, man. Live from China. Sometimes it's really good to get some first-hand knowledge of shit that we just be talking about or we be hearing and seeing people touch the people, and
Dog, that motherfucker walking up right on time, though.
that's crazy, right? As soon as we talk about what do they be listening and everything like that, and then a person walks up and like wants to see the phone. Coinky dink, huh?
I don't know, man. I don't be in. It happened.
Yeah.
It happened. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it is just a coincidence. Or maybe it's something else.
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
don't want to. I don't. Hey, man. That's it. That's all I got.
All right, man. I'll add whatever, do your outros and shit. Yeah, matter of fact, let me hit the music. You feel me?
Okay. Yo, if by the time we've dropped this, if we haven't, we really got to get SJ in on this book, man.
We just text in the group. He want to trying to do it tomorrow.
Okay, maybe. All right, well,
It don't matter.
Yeah,
we figure it out.
Yeah, we got to get SJ in, man. It's your man, Dame, going wild on everything that matters. At me, talk to me. I want to talk back to you. I want to talk back to you. I want to talk back to you. If you follow me on X, I got a lot of opinions, and some of them are mean. When you see the blue and the black, you know where the fuck you at. It's Shop Talk Podcast. No matter where we at, the brand is strong. Yeah, when you see the blue and the black, you know where you at. I'll punch your mama. Shop Talk.
I'm Jay Johnson through and through on everything that matters. I don't want to talk to you. I'll talk to you on X. Maybe. Yeah, I'm just not really into it. You feel me?
You a bougie nigga. You being a bougie nigga.
I got too. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it no more. But when you see the blue and the black, you know where you at. Shop Talk Podcast Studio will not come back. But I might open up a photo studio and then we just record the pod out of there. Like, y'all can't come here, but we're going to record here and I'm going to take pictures out of here.
But the first time we invite a nigga over, it's going to be, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not recording them. I'm not coming up here. You feel me? You're not coming by yourself. Like, I'm that part of my life is over with. I'm not doing it.
You know what I'm saying? But like the first time we have a nigga in studio,
yeah,
the mystique is like,
all right, for sure.
It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah. If
everybody can find the Batcave don't mean shit.
You feel me? Everybody can't know where Bruce Wayne's at. I'm not saying we the Rockefeller podcast, but we are Jay and Dame.
Hell yeah.
Peace. Oh, I guess I gotta hit the right button.